This is part of a breathwork series where we're trying to get our breath to make sure that we have access to breathing in different positions and different directions. So when people talk about that 360-degree breath, this is how we start to restore it. We practice each direction individually, and then we'll be able to have access to all of them when we're doing our regular daily activities. So this exercise specifically is going to be working on learning how to breathe into your back, into your low back. You're gonna feel your breath will go and you'll feel expansion in other areas, but we want to really focus on our backs. For a lot of people, this is the last thing that they are able to access. It is very challenging, so don't be frustrated if you can't get the hang of it right away. It is a skill which takes a lot of practice, and it's something you were probably good at when you were younger, but lost the ability to do over time based off of whatever you do with your life and what you don't do, which is have this as an option. So for this, you are going to find a comfortable seated position. I find that seated position is sometimes easiest. And then we're going to put our fingers on our spines and then go outside of the spines. So I don't want you to be pushing into your vertebrae. We want to go outside of them a little bit. And from there, you're just going to make sure that we are not forward and squeezed and tense. We are sitting back on our sit bones. Our rib cage is not flared forward, it is back. We want to make sure we are not crunching and losing our height when we're doing that. And we want a heavy tailbone, so just kind of relaxed. If we do that, then our diaphragm is in a better position to access the posterior breath. If we are here, our diaphragm will be able to access anterior and forward a lot more easy, but we won't be able to feel our backs. Now from here, we want to feel our fingers where I said, and then as you inhale, you want your mouth closed. Slowly inhale in through your nose and feel expansion here. So we want to feel that air travel down into our fingers. So go ahead and practice just like this. And again. Now, a lot of people will struggle with feeling that expansion. You might feel that this happens. If that's the case, you're trying too hard. You might feel that you can go forward really easy and that's it. If that's the case, your rib cage might just be too far forward and we might need to get into a different position to actually feel it. So we might need to get a little bit more rounded like this. And if that's the case, we can actually, instead of having our hands on our back, use something like a band to give us a little bit of feedback. You want a thin band because a thick band is going to give you resistance and make it more challenging. Just make it a little bit tight and make sure we're rounded here. And then again, it's the same thing. Now, as you're doing that, you should be able to feel and access it a little bit better. Some people will find that position works, but the key is feeling like you are getting a little bit of expansion into your low back. This is gonna be really important can be helpful for low back relief, for pelvic floor support, but also for building the building blocks for your core stability as well and intra-abdominal pressure management. So remember, this is gonna take some time. You shouldn't feel like you're straining and really pushing. It should be a nice, easy, gentle breath, and you should feel some decompression in your back. It should feel relaxing for your spine. This is why I love this exercise for any sort of spine tension and discomfort as well. But again, if you're learning this for the first time, it's gonna take a lot of repetitions because it's a skill, takes practice, right? So be patient, don't force it, and over time you should feel that this becomes way easier and a lot more second nature, and then you can build upon these building blocks and progress into other types of exercises as well.